Hi there, I'm with the group from Fort St. James that we seen outside of the Gurdwara. If you guys want to introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Paramjeet Panesar. I am Harjeet Purdy.
I'm Nanga Johal.
Yourself.
Surendrajit Singh Panesar.
And I'm David Lee.
And when did all of you guys come to Fort St. James? What year?
I came in 1994. I came in May 1978.
1976.
I came this area 1975.
1979.
And when you guys came here, how much Punjabi people lived here at maximum, would you say? How many families, approximately?
Okay, in the late 70s and 80s, there were about 200 families.
Okay.
So during that time, the population of the Punjabis were 1/3 of the population. 1/3 Punjabi, 1/3 First Nation, and 1/3 Europeans.
Nice. And that's quite a large percentage of a community, especially the size of Fort St. James at that time.
Yes.
Fort St. James has relatively been around 2,000 people throughout its history, right? Approximately, yeah.
Yeah.
And how many Punjabi people would be living here right now, like including the older stock population as well as people living here right now? What would you say approximately?
So for Fort St. James, the population is about 4,500 altogether. The population of the Punjabi group right now is probably about 15 people.
15 people, okay.
It has dropped significantly. The main thing was previously it was with the jobs in the mill.
Yeah.
And then as the elders retired and the children moved on to the cities, the population has started declining.
Yeah.
And right now, so there is a trend of Punjabis coming back into this area, mainly as economic opportunities.
Okay.
And plus the people moved in 2019. The mill shut down in October. There was some here, then they moved on, but there was no job for them, nothing to go on.
I see. And how does it look at the moment?
Not bad. Not bad. There's a mine opened up,
Yeah.
but our community is still small.
Yeah. And you guys also used to have a Gurdwara here, which is quite big for a small community. What year would the Gurdwara have been built approximately? What do you guys say?
Around 1981.
1981, eh?
Okay.
And the Gurdwara sold in 2012, correct?
I think before that.
Basically what happened with the Gurdwara, with the mill shutting down, the population had decreased. There were about a handful of people left here. It was sitting vacant. And so one of the things then the community looked at it is, if no one looks after, we might have to tear it down.
Yeah.
And then talking with the community, Victory Christian Church, they showed interest and they were looking for a place to hold their meetings.
For sure.
And the community thought that was a good fit because they're worshiping as well. So they were using that for a few years. And then it got to the point in which the community decided that let's hand it off. So we gave the Victory Christian Church a very good deal so that they can continue on using the building. With the remainder of the funds went to other organizations. About $22,000 went to the hospital. At that time, the community wanted a new hospital, and the response from the community, Punjabi community, was, we've been here since the 70s.
Yeah.
This is one way of giving back.
For sure. That's a beautiful story to hear. So pretty much giving back to the community which you guys lived in and which provided you guys. Yeah. Could you describe some accomplishments that you guys are proud of today living in Fort St. James?
I'm proud of it because I built a fire hall with the fire hall there, built the training center,
Yeah.
built the fire hall. I spent quite a few years in
30
there.
years. just close to 30 years.
Yeah.
And he got the key for the town first ever. That was a big achievement.
And you also painted the church back there, eh? That beautiful,
painted that church,
that
the
beautiful
old one.
church down there, eh?
Yeah, 2009.
When the mill shut down, they put all the workers to work.
Yeah.
So, and they made the town more beautiful.
Nice.
The mill shut down here 2007. Canfor gone out.
Yeah.
Another mill came in, bought that. Then the community had few jobs created by the program. Then quite a few people was working. And I was fortunate to do that with the fire department.
Nice. And what about yourself, Dave? Are you proud of any accomplishments? You're quite well known in town, so
Yeah.
And it's a community means working together.
Yes, absolutely.
And the success of any community is everyone working together. Like Peter said, with the volunteer fire department, the activities happening. When the mills had shut down, we all worked together to revive. We got involved politically as well.
yeah. So in other streams outside of just mill work, right?
Exactly.
Other things we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was the same thing was the place of worship.
Yeah.
You know, that's how the Gurdwara came in.
Yeah.
And even up to trying to get the support for the hospitals, the Punjabi community supported that. So as a symbol, you know, it wasn't just talk. We Punjabi community put money to it as well. It was the same thing with the public library.
Yeah.
Donated funds to the public library. So the community did not only support the Punjabi events, it was where everyone can use the services.
Yeah. And so definitely there must have been a lot of accomplishments. There must have been a lot of struggles down the road too. If you guys want to express about that, what were some struggles that you guys may have faced coming initially?
Lots of strikes.
Yeah.
Off work for like 3-4 months.
Yeah.
But we got together and
Yeah. Yeah.
The community, and this is where whether it's Punjabi community, whether it's not Punjabi,
yeah.
we all went through the phases, working in the industry, the mills shutting down, going, people not having any jobs.
Yeah.
Is how do we grow back together?
Yeah.
You know, we're sitting here today. We went through all the changes,
Yeah.
and
I wouldn't change for the world.
yeah,
And a lot of struggles was going on
Yeah.
all these years. We stuck together. We built something
Yeah.
together as a group, you know.
Yeah.
we
Yes.
even
Make
had
us stronger.
our own radio station here, radio and TV. In the 80s, we used to have our own TV programming,
Oh,
Yeah.
right? So it was whatever we can do. The other event
Enjoyment.
that was very successful with the community hall, it was well used by the communities, and the Punjabi tournament, we used to have inviting everyone from across British Columbia and Alberta.
Yeah.
And we had lots of parties.
Yeah.
Every weekend or every month, a big party going on.
Yeah.
And so after all the years, the mills shutting down, seeing the Punjabi community dwindle, seeing the Gurdwara close down, what makes you guys still live here?
We like it.
You guys like it, eh?
We lived
Yeah,
here
it's
for
a
a long
home
time.
now.
It's a nice, we built what we got and we were proud of it.
Yeah.
And we want to stay here to enjoy that.
Yeah.
Yeah, other people coming from different cities and to retire here.
Yeah.
And we already live here. So
Yeah. This is pretty much like home now for you guys, yeah.
It is, yeah.
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 When you take a look at nature, my dad would go to India, and then he would come down here. He said what he sees here are the clear skies. You don't see the pollution.
Yeah.
It's a healthy environment, and this is nature's beauty.
Yeah. We have a business now, like 20 years.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't thought like I wouldn't think we will have it.
The other thing is, you know, I lived in Vancouver, worked there for a while,
Yeah.
and then the reason why we made this as a home, the amount of time that we were spending commuting was very small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when the kids were involved with other soccer, hockey, or other events, we're actually involved at the events and not spending 1 or 2 hours driving back and forth.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that what we looked at it was spending more time with the family.
Yeah. And so, because you guys do like it here, so it's very expensive in Vancouver. People are trying to get out of there, right? A lot. We have a lot of Punjabis that are actually moving to Terrace because of the opportunities. It's cheaper. A lot of people might not know about Fort St. James, but with our Punjabi population that might be thinking about leaving from Vancouver, would you guys recommend them to move here? And if there's any opportunities, what do you guys? What would you guys say?
There's lots of opportunity here. What they want to do? Do they want to work in the mine, or they want to go in a different field?
Yeah.
There is quite a few Punjabi people are coming.
Yeah.
I think standing as today,
Yeah.
there's about 4 more families I think we're gonna see here down the road.
Okay.
There's about 4 or 5 business.
Yeah.
I'm hearing they're coming in.
Yeah.
There's myself. There's couple of other ones here.
Yeah.
And then over the summers we see quite a few coming from Kelowna, Merritt, Harris. We talk to quite a few of them in our own business, in
Yeah.
the store. We see different faces.
Nice.
So then, before in the 70s, it was more on the labor side.
Yeah.
So now it has changed more into, for example, like Peter, he's been in the business. Peter and Pam have been in the business for quite a few years. We have another businessman who owns a gas station.
Yeah.
So people are getting more into businesses and other professionals.
Mm-hmm.
And, affordability, you could buy, land is much more affordable here.
Yeah,
$30,000,
that makes it-
you have a nice lot you can build on. One of the things what
$1
people
million
also look at it is the weather.
Yeah.
It does get cold here. You get minus 30 weather,
Yeah.
and we grew up and we worked in the mills when it was
Used with it.
minus 40,
Yeah.
right? And it all depends on how much you want to get used to it.
Yeah.
You do get accustomed to it.
Yeah.
The human body adjusts quite quick. Adjusts quite quick. Yeah, I know a lot of the kids that come from India these days. The first year it's very cold for them. They're like running into the car. But after the second year, the body gets accustomed to it. Like just like with you guys, when you guys initially came here, it must have been very cold. But slowly the body gets accustomed to the winters. Yeah.
I used to remember the schools would shut down because it's too cold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Here, minus 40 when it's too cold.
Yeah.
Well, guess what we do as kids? We go play ice hockey on the road,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, in Surrey, they're -3 schools closed.
They
A
can't
lot of
come.
snow there.
They're different.
Can you guys describe any good relationships and friendships made outside of the Punjabi community? Because you guys have lived here your guys' whole lives. Explain like a lot of any of the connections and stuff. Because the community was quite significant here. So yeah.
Like David belonged to the district. He worked.
Oh, he
with
works
them.
through there. Yeah.
And I worked with the fire department for 27, 28 years.
Yeah.
And I got involved with other things.
Yeah.
My kids played hockey.
Yeah.
The other one played some. And we just got involved.
Yeah.
With friends.
And some of you guys went to school here for yourself. You grew up here. You were 8 when you came here, and you went to school.
Here. Manga, he went to school here as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
And your kids went to school here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our kids even gone all over, but came back to raise their own families here.
Yeah.
And that's where, like, with the kids, my kids grew up here. Manga's kids, they grew up here. They're working here as well.
Yeah.
And this is home.
And you also work with, I believe, an indigenous organization. Do you want to explain a bit about that?
So yeah, I work with the indigenous community, Benche, which is about 30 minutes from here.
Yeah.
They're the original inhabitants of the area, and as a community, they're no different than this community. Everyone wants the same thing: the essential services.
Yeah.
And there's many events. On one way, when you take a look at it, this town, it has been successful because of the indigenous community. The main reason from the funding side, the federal government supports them, and without the indigenous, this town could have been forgotten as well.
For sure. And last but not least, what would you guys like for the betterment of Fort St. James down the road? Like any improvements, any like companies come in, like what would you guys like to see?
We'd like to see if some job can be created for normal like people.
Yeah.
Like before the sawmills was here,
Yeah.
a couple of them. Something else come in to do that and people can go
You guys
on.
need a different kind of industry now, right? Because it's been more, rather than manufacture and mill type work like you mentioned, it's more, it needs to be like, how would I say it?
In terms of the labor, I think Manga could better explain, because before it was more physical labor.
Physical labor,
Now
yeah.
it's all computer. Where he
Computer.
Yeah,
was,
yeah.
he doesn't
All
touch it.
machines and stuff now, right? Yeah.
He doesn't even get his hands dirty anymore.
So yeah, some more opportunities for people pretty much, in
I
a sense,
think,
right? Yeah.
It's more opportunity. It's no different than any other community, and I think it's a perfect example of you children coming to our community. You show an interest,
Yeah.
and once a person comes and takes a look at it, and they'll
It's not as
see-
bad as what it seems, right? Just a small town in the middle of nowhere. It's actually,
But
yeah.
Quite nice.
Yeah.
We got a ski hill, like really big.
it's
in the
getting
winter.
better. Like
Yeah.
it's growing. Like
Yeah.
if you look at in a town going the other way out or this way out, it's growing faster. And when we came here, it was just small little community. We spread out all over.
Yeah.
But if it's something else, and I think people be more interested coming here. I think the biggest thing is the job.
it's a job, and the other thing is, like when I got married, I told my wife, we'll be here about 6 months, and then go back to the city, Vancouver.
Yeah.
One thing that she liked was, it's natural beauty here.
City or town right on the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even I had said to her, you want to move? No, she said, no, this is beautiful. Everything's all here.
It's a very safe place to
Yeah.
raise your children. Like, you don't have to worry about kids going out to play. You don't have to watch them. They'll come back safe and sound here. And everybody
Knows
keeps an
each other.
eye and watches for
Yeah.
each other. So it's a very tight-knit community, and we know everybody on the street in every street.
Yeah.
And we do celebrate, during the National Day, I used to do lots of stalls for butter chicken and samosas and pakoras, and I also actually had students in the school learning how to do bhangra.
Oh,
We
okay.
used to perform on Canada Day on the events. So yeah, I did that and went to the indigenous areas and performed in one of the community centers. down
Nice.
there. So,
So a lot of
yeah.
multiculturalism, connections, and all that. Yeah.
That was interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate your guys' time, and it was nice talking to the older stock community of Fort St. James. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank